Next destination is Windsor, to the west of London, where tourist revenue alone is worth almost £500 million a year. It's also home to two aspiring entrepreneurs, Charlotte Evans and Carolyn Jarvis. In 2008, they stepped in front of the Dragons with their new invention, hoping to secure an £80,000 investment for 10% of their business.
We were so well prepared. We had practiced and practiced. We practiced in front of our friends, in front of other...
Our accountants.
Oh, yeah.
This is the buggyboot, designed to make shopping and being out and about with children in buggies easier and less stressful.
We have a provisional order from a distributor in Australia, and since receiving our final sample last week, we have sold 1,500 units to a distributor in Spain.
When Charlotte and Carolyn first came into the den, I have to say I didn't immediately get it. But I have to say Charlotte and Carolyn were very good, so they presented themselves as people who were worth listening to.
Unfortunately for Charlotte and Carolyn, not all the Dragons shared Deborah Meaden's opinion, and their chances of investment began to crumble.
I think to a certain extent you've sort of over-engineered the solution to your problem. It does exist, but I think this is too complicated and cumbersome, really. And so for that reason, I'm not going to invest, and so I'm out.
Duncan went out quite quickly, which I have to say did knock the wind out of our sails a little bit. But we like to win, so we felt that we wanted to keep going and go for the investment.
I like the product. I think it will be a success, but it's not an investable opportunity for me. So regrettably, I'm going to say I'm out.
With two Dragons out at such an early stage, Charlotte and Carolyn's den experience looked to be all too brief. But for James Kahn, some important questions remained.
How many steps have been sold in that market?
Well, we know that one of them, board competitors, sells about 250,000 last year globally.
Of that step?
Of a board, yeah.
The late realisation of the size of the market had helped push Deborah Meaden towards a decision, and she was now ready to show her hand.
I'm going to offer you the £80,000 for 30%.
I did take a while to think, yeah, absolutely, this is it. Probably that was because it wasn't a product that was core to me. Now, often a product I will invest in because I think I know exactly where I'm going with that, I can make that happen. But I was just getting that map together in my mind.
The duo may have received a full offer, but Deborah Meaden was demanding 3 times the equity they'd wanted to give away. Would they be able to negotiate a better deal with the two remaining Dragons?
I was considering an offer, but it wouldn't be at 30%. But I wish you every bit of success.
Thank you very much.
And that's why I'm out.
Thank you.
I would suggest that you go for Deborah's offer, and I wish you every luck with it, but I won't be investing some amount.
Can we have a little confer?
Go to the back. Go to the back and have a...
Thank you.
It was a tense moment for the two businesswomen. An offer of finance and support from an expert Dragon was on the table, but were they prepared to give away so much equity in return?
We were delighted when Deborah made her offer, there's no question about that. But when you're going into the den, you go in with your own strategy and you go in with what you want to give away. And so when a Dragon comes back and wants a lot more of your business, you really have to step back and think about it.
We came in asking for 10%, and we just wondered if there was any negotiation around the 30%.
No.
Can you tell us how you're going to add the value to it?
To be honest, I don't really need to sell myself. I mean, I'm sure you'll have done your research, so I don't want to drag you kicking and screaming. I mean, to me, if I were you, I would have snapped my hand off.
It was clear that it was going nowhere for us. It was clear that what she had come up with was actually a very good deal. Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll take her offer. Thank you very much.
Excellent, well done.
People have different styles of negotiation. They throw in a very high number and then they expect to be knocked down. That's not my style of business. My style of business is to make a fair offer, an offer that I would stand behind and expect the deal to happen at.
A year on, and Deborah's visiting her business partners at Charlotte's home office on the outskirts of Windsor.
Hello. Oh, hello. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Who's this?
This is Maisie.
Oh, she's very good.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So nice to see you.
How are you? And you?
Since the Den, Charlotte and Carolyn have secured an exclusive deal with a major UK retailer.
They've placed orders every week, which has been fantastic, more than we were expecting, so that was great.
And how many stores?
102.
So do we know how the sales are going?
We know that they've taken double what they said they were going to take originally, so that implies that things are going pretty well. It takes a while for the products to get into all of the stores, but it's a good indicator.
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh, that's really good.
Dragon ambitions are rarely limited to just the domestic market. So recently the two entrepreneurs have been in the Far East as part of company plans to go global.
But I'm very pleased to hear you talk about the overseas market.
Yeah.
Because that, if we can respond to that now and quickly, absolutely this is our moment. Because we're incredibly good value.
The product recently hit the shelves as part of an exclusive UK deal, so Deborah is making a site visit to ensure the display reaches her exacting standards.
There it is. Don't forget the last one I really saw was the prototype. So this has actually moved on quite a bit from the one I saw in the Den, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has, actually. Shall we show you?
Yeah, let's see how it works.
Remove your basket.
Today's been quite a marker day. I saw the product in the Den, I saw the prototype. We've been talking about the strategy, we've been talking what's been happening, but actually today, this is the reality.
Just like this.
We walk into a store, there is the product on the shelves, it's on sale. Place your feet here. That's great.
Charlotte and Carolyn say they've sold around 800 units in the deal, and although not yet making a profit, they're now working full-time in the business.
The thing that I really get fired up about is this type of business that really takes a product from idea through to prototype and to launch. That's very exciting. Carolyn and Charlotte probably expected the business to happen much, much faster. I think it's a good thing that they don't know how much they've got ahead of them, because actually if you thought about all the pitfalls you probably wouldn't get started. True entrepreneur just takes the first step and keeps going.